The most grueling and longest event of the VALVIK Marble League, the Elimination Race, is here. Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Frankie and we've got quite the event for you today. So then, last time in the overall standings, the Golfbirds took the lead, but they're just 4 points away from second place Cue Balls. The Poison Darts have taken third, with Carbons sitting behind in fourth. We've got two teams who can no longer win the title but can still make the overall podium, Hammerheads and the Elegant Lilies. Let's see what they can do today. But the elimination race, the objective is to not finish last. Every single team will go out at once in a number of rounds, and the last two finishes will be eliminated. And the marbles will have to go through this course that's specifically designed to slow them down and potentially to get them stuck. So marbles will have to be very careful when fighting each other and the track to stay on track and finish in first. As you can see right now in our demonstration round, the course has a number of different elements. We have a Plinko style course, we have a parkour style course, we have that splitter thing that can get you a large boost of speed or could get you stuck. And we end off with another Plinko course just after the funnels. But that's, as you can see, the testing team, the blue testing team would have been out. But it's round one and we're off. And at the moment, nobody seems to be in last. It seems to be that the Scorpius are a little bit behind now going into that Plinko course. Everybody making it pretty well for that Plinko course. Going into the parkour course now. It's still Scorpius last, but they're brawling with what I think is the Sailors and the Golfbirds. The Golfbirds are now close to last. Those are our championship leaders going into that splitter section. Scorpius is still in last, but the Golfbirds are hitting the walls pretty hard there, going into the funnels. Team White will make it through now, and the Golfbirds are still in last, going into that last section, and they will not do it. Golfbirds will be eliminated in round one. It's a disaster for our championship leaders. Birdie is out. Could have been a bit too much pressure. That is our championship leader out in round one. The Golfbirds will score no points. There was kind of a problem with Birdie here in that splitter section. And then in the funnels, they had a bit too much momentum going into there. And, well, as you can see here, the Team Whiteout is making their way through. And they're pretty much already done, while the Golfbirds were still in that last section. This will blow the championship right open. The Golfbirds in last. Round two now. And we're off. To that Plinko section. Right now it's Scorpius in last. Flaming Cherry is right there with them. Flaming Cherries now seem to be in last, going into that parkour section. Now into this splitter section here. Still Flaming Cherries and Scorpius brawling it out for the last positions. Tabbies there with them. Tabbies currently in last, going into the funnels. Tabbies make it through, and Flaming Cherries bump off the Violet Vermin there, and the Violet Vermin are still in the funnels as everybody else is finishing. It's going to be the Violet Vermin that get eliminated. It was pretty much at the funnels there at the Violet Vermin got eliminated. Tabbies make it through, and then they get that bump from the Flaming Cherries, and they can't seem to stop their momentum. And well, Parasite from the Violet Vermin will not move on. 15, that is, for the Violet Vermin. Round 3 now. As you can see, they're starting in their championship positions all the time whenever the track does reset, so yeah. But everybody making it cleanly through the Plinko section. At the moment it seems to be the Carbons that are in last. They seem to have that disadvantage. The Hammerheads are there with them alongside the Starchy Stars. The Carbons are hitting every single wall there, unfortunately. That is Fullern from the Carbons. In last now, you can't see anybody else on the screen right now. Going into the funnels. And the Carbons make it through. The Tabbies now seem to be in last. Cue Balls make it through. Tabbies are there now. who will be eliminated, and it's the Tabbies. Again, same thing we saw last time, but to a lesser extent. With the funnels there, the Carbons got that brilliant entry into the funnels, and the Tabbies was just collateral damage at that point. They got that push from the Carbons. Cubos make it through now, and they almost got them at that final Plinko section to the Tabbies, but it wasn't enough. It is 14th for the Tabbies, a team that is sitting in 9th. Things are moving pretty fast now. It's round 4. At the moment, it seems to be the Hammerheads now in last. Elegant Lilies now there with them. Sky Scouts in there as well with the Peculiar Peaks. The Sailors now seem to be in last now. Still the Peculiar Peaks though. Going into that splitter section. Look at that speed from the Peculiar Peaks. That's brilliant stuff from them. They enter the funnels now alongside the Sailors. It's gonna be very close. Who will get last in here? And it will be the Peculiar Peaks. That's a brilliant maneuver from the Sailors there to just get by. Brilliant stuff. But the Peculiar Peaks, Matterhorn, will be eliminated. Look at that speed from the Sailors. Nice. Good stuff from the Sailors. Unfortunate for the Peculiar Peaks. They are 13th. Of course, as more and more marbles get eliminated, the course is gonna be a lot easier because you don't have to deal with other marbles being on the course. But right now, it's between Team Whiteout, Balls of Zen, and the Starchy Stars for who is last. Still Balls of Zen now. They seem to be sort of in last now, alongside the Hammerheads. Balls of Zen enter that splitter section now. They're a bit behind, but look at that speed from the Balls of Zen. That's brilliant stuff. Scorpius now seem to be in that last position. Going into the last funnels. Scorpius are in last right now. What can they do? Can they advance? No. Scorpius will get eliminated. They weren't even in that fight for last up until the final part of the course. In the funnels there, everybody was kind of trying to get in an orderly manner. And, well, the Scorpius were just last to exit the funnels, and, well, it didn't help them in the slightest because they were eliminated. 12th for Sting from the Scorpius. And now we're starting off with round 6. After that first section, it seems to be Team Whiteout with the Starchy Stars in there for last. Cubo's in there as well. Remember, they're the closest they're the closest rivals to the Golfbirds, 4 points apart. So wherever the Cubo's finish now, they will take the championship lead, unless someone like the Sky Scouts or the Poison Darts will finish in first. And who will finish last? I think it will be the Elegant Lilies. And it is. Nothing really too special there. Team Whiteout was a little bit behind there, but they managed to get that last push from that last section and finish ahead. But it's Bougainville from the Elegant Lilies that will finish in 11th. We're going now for round 7. They almost got stuck there. I think it was the Carbons or the Starchy Stars with Team Whiteout, but they managed to get themselves unstuck. But it's Team Whiteout now, currently in last position, with a pretty substantial gap to the Starchy Stars just in front of them. Well, look at that speed from Team Whiteout going into that splitter section. They're brawling there with the Starchy Stars pretty heavily. But who will finish ahead? Oh, and Team Whiteout get that perfect entry into the funnel there. And right now it's Balls of Zen that are currently in last. And that's how they're going to finish. They were this close to getting past the Starchy Stars, but the Balls of Zen will finish in last. Well, 10th, but... Look at that, they enter into the funnel now, due to Team Whiteout. Starchy Stars are there, struggling with that last section, and they were this close to getting past them. Had the line been further away, they would have gotten them. But it's 10th for the Balls of Zen. We're almost at the halfway point now. It's run number 8. Right now, Flaming Cherries are in last, brawling with the Starchy Stars. Flaming Cherries Vermilion still in last right now, going into that splitter section. Enter the splitter section now. It's still Flaming Cherries and the Starchy Stars brawling for last. But look at that speed from the Starchy Stars. Well, Flaming Cherries entered the funnel now. Sailors are there with them. Sailors enter the funnel. It's between those three now. Flaming Cherries enter. Starchy Stars do as well. But it will not happen. The Starchy Stars are eliminated. Flaming Cherries finish just ahead. And the Starchy Stars will finish in 9th. Yeah, at that point, the Starchy Stars just entered the funnel now into that last section. But the Flaming Cherries are already halfway there and they finish. No chance for the Starchy Stars there. They will finish in 9th. So, there's your bottom half. From the Starchy Stars to the Golfbirds. Unfortunate again for the Golfbirds, but it is what it is. We're out for round 9 now. It's Cue Balls that seem to be last. No, make it that the Carbons now in last in that first section. Moving to the parkour section. Carbons are still in last right now. Going into the zigzag section. It seems to be between the Sailors and the Cue Balls and the Hammerheads now. Cue Balls getting left behind there. 11 ball. Managed to make it through. They're still in last are the Cue Balls. They enter the funnel. Oh, and they get that nice push into the Hammerheads. I think that's how it's going to finish, as the Hammerheads just entered the last section now. And yeah, that's how it's going to be. Pretty fast last section there for the Hammerheads, but unfortunately it was not enough. Again, with that funnel elimination, that's essentially what it is, an elimination in the funnels. We saw that earlier with a couple of other teams. Unfortunately, Hammerheads were in the wrong place at the wrong time there, essentially, and the Cue Balls managed to get that last push, and they advance. Hammerheads, however, will finish in 8th. Round number 10 now. And at the moment it seems to be the Sky Scouts, make that the Poison Darts, and Team Whiteout all fighting for the last position. Team Whiteout seem to be in last there now. Brawling with the Sky Scouts quite heavily there. Poison Darts are there with them. Look at that speed from Team Whiteout. We've seen that from Team Whiteout a couple of times before. Sky Scouts seem to be in last now. Carbons enter the funnel. Sky Scouts enter the funnel. It's going to be the last thing that happened to... Same thing that happened to the Hammerheads earlier. Carbons finish now, and the Sailors just a bit too late, and they will be eliminated. Teams are figuring out that these eliminations in the funnel seem to be the best thing for all of them. Unfortunately, again for the Sailors, wrong place, wrong time, and they get eliminated. But it's still 7th place for the Sailors. Not a bad haul of points to take going into the last round. Round 11 now. 6 marbles left. It seems to be between the Carbons, Sky Scouts, and the Cue Balls. Carbons getting left behind there a little bit. Fullern, they're just now entering that zigzag section, while everybody else is almost halfway there. Brawling there with the Poison Darts, but they're a bit too far to the Poison Darts. They enter the split section. But Fullern just having difficulty going through the splitter section. They're managing to hit every single wall there. Entering the funnels, there's nobody else there. Everybody else has entered the last section. I don't think it's going to be enough for the Carbons. They will get eliminated. That's 6th place for the Carbons. Yeah, they lost a lot of time there going into the splitter section. Fullern managed to hit every single wall. And, well, they lost a lot of speed and momentum. And going into the funnels, there was nobody else there, and they couldn't capitalize on anyone else being there. And they finish in last. That is still 6th place for the Carbons. Alright, round 12 now. At the moment, it's between all teams, really. Sky Scouts in last right now. But of course, we've seen some pretty good performances from the Sky Scouts so far. Team Whiteout in there as well. We've seen some big upsets from Team Whiteout there as well. At the moment, it's Sky Scouts and Team Whiteout with the Flaming Cherries just there. But the Sky Scouts are still behind. But look at that speed from Avian there. Sorry, from Strato there. And going into the funnels, it's Poison Darts and the Sky Scouts now in the funnels. Sky Scouts will enter first. Poison Darts there with them. But the Sky Scouts will finish in first. Poison Darts are eliminated. They weren't even there in that fight for last, were the Poison Darts, but I think something similar happened to what we saw previously with the funnel elimination thing. But off screen, obviously. Strato enters the funnel first. Venom in there as well. And, well, Strato finishes first. And Venom is eliminated from the Poison Darts. But that is still 5th place for a team that's very consistent usually, so that's not bad. Alright, round 13 now. This will determine who our podium finishes are. At the moment, it's the Cue Balls in last. Make that the Flaming Cherries. All the teams are super close to each other right now. But who will finish in last? It's Team Whiteout now, Ivory, who are having a bit of a disadvantage. They managed to get past the Sky Scouts there. But it's still Team Whiteout and the Sky Scouts. Cue Balls are way past them now. But it's these three now that are fighting for the last place. Team Whiteout's still there with the Sky Scouts. As we enter the funnels now, the Sky Scouts will enter the funnels last. But they get that push from Team Whiteout, and they will get past them. Team Whiteout are having to enter the last section now, and they will get eliminated. Ivory will miss out on the podium. This does mean, however, that one of these teams will be our first repeat gold medalist, so that is something. But yeah, again, that classic funnel elimination manages to give Strato the advancement. Ivory, however, unfortunate for them, they will miss out. But that is still a brilliant 4th place for a team that's struggling in 11th. Alright, now we will see who finishes in bronze. Who finishes in 3rd and get the bronze. It's Flaming Cherries man now in 1st. Sky Scouts still there in last. But they're having a lot of difficulty, are the Sky Scouts. But they entered the zigzag section now. Quite a bit of distance there between the others for the Sky Scouts. They enter the split section now. But look at that speed from the Sky Scouts. We've seen that a couple of times from them. Nice speed from the Sky Scouts there. The Flaming Cherries will enter the funnels. And then the Sky Scouts. Oh, and what a nice overtake at the end there for the Sky Scouts. Brilliant stuff. The Sky Scouts just at the line there, they managed to get past the Flaming Cherries, and they will get the win. But it's still a bronze medal for Vermilion from the Flaming Cherries. Not bad. But now we have the final. The Cue Balls and the Sky Scouts. Who will get gold in the elimination race? And we're already off. 11 Ball and Strato mirroring each other. 11 Ball goes in first. Strato just behind there. Strato now takes the lead. 11 Ball still there. They take back the lead now from the Sky Scouts. Entering the splitter section. 11 Ball getting quite a bit of a gap. But Sky Scouts are there. Strato is there. Strato now takes the lead back. Going into the funnels. A lot of contact there between the two. But who will enter the funnels first? That's crucial. 11 Ball enters first. Going into that last section. And they will do it. 11 Ball from the Cue Balls will get gold. Strato will have to settle for silver. The Cue Balls have done it again. They are gold medalists in the elimination race. That was brilliant stuff going into that last part. A lot of contact between the two, a lot of brawling between the two. Entering the funnel, it was crucial that the Cue Balls entered first. Sky Scouts were still there, but it wasn't enough going into that last section. The Cue Balls finished in first, Sky Scouts in second. And there you have it. The Cue Balls will win the elimination race. Sky Scouts in second, Flaming Cherries in third, Whiteout in fourth, Poison Darts in fifth. Congratulations to our podium finishers, Flaming Cherries, Sky Scouts, and our gold medalists, the Cue Balls. Congratulations to the Cue Balls, their second gold medal in the VALVIK Marble League. Also well done to the Flaming Cherries and the Sky Scouts, who both returned to the podium. Let's take a look at the standings now. The cue balls have retaken the lead, but look at all that yellow. 4 teams can still win the VALVIK Marble League. That's going to be it from us today. We'll see you next time at the final event, the Marathon. Goodbye.